I'll be using a script to limit myself because I have only 5 minutes to present. But anyway, I would like you to focus more on my presentation PPT rather than my face because my presentation is much more handsome than myself. Okay, good afternoon. My name is Sean Lee. I'm a CEO of SM Technology Investment. And SM is a venture capital based in Korea whose prime investment focus is biotech. Today, I will be sharing our experience as a venture capital, how we have invested and accelerate startups, eventually put them on board, means IPO. Which should be the most favorable means of exit for venture capital. Company logos in these slides are some of our portfolio companies. Their funding stages are various, from pre-Series A to the companies already been IPO. We SM act not only as an investor, but as a business development manager for our portfolio companies. I'll brief you in the next slides how we have been doing this. These are some facts and statistics about Korean venture companies. As you can see in the slide, there are around 500 bio-related companies listed in Korean stock exchanges. And within those 500, around 40 companies, market cap is over $1 billion. Of course, not all of them were started as a venture companies. There are also traditional pharmaceutical companies, but $1 billion mark can only be reached those who have gone through intensive innovations. In 2020 this year, around 15 companies have been listed in stock exchanges. Thankfully, one of them is our portfolio company. The reason why I'm sharing this is to inspire those who are thinking of founding biotech startups in Vietnam. As I'm sure one fine day in near future, Vietnam should follow the suit of this development. Next slide shows what are the criteria that venture investors consider when making an investment, which you should know well, right? We SM particularly stress importance in IP protected technologies and the qualifications of founders and founding members. This illustration shows how venture capital like us drives startup to be IPO from the beginning of the company. I will present in more detail in next 3 slides with our real and live ongoing project. Next 3 slides show how bio startup evolves by timelines and what are the milestones has to be created and the role of venture capital. In 2015, this company was founded by 2 professors from medical school with an idea of reposition new drug which has efficacy in liver cirrhosis. In 2016, SM has identified this company and participate as the first financial investor. When you make an investment in a startup company, we try to structure the way to keep the founder's stake as high as possible because it is beneficial for us to arrange future funding and IPO. In 2017 and 18, there were a number of milestones. Most importantly, AI technology was integrated to their drug discovery platform. Our role in this year was that we helped them to integrate AI technology into their existing platform. In fact, the AI technology itself was developed by one of our portfolio companies. In addition, we arranged for them to get government grants and help them to hire CFO, COO, and business development manager. What we have to note here is that the company went through remarkable open innovation. They accepted new technologies and people from outside who were experts in different areas. By doing so, the company was able to upgrade their business model and increase their valuation. In 2019, the company has registered a new IPs and new pipelines were added. Series A funding was made at the valuation of $20 million. And our role here was that we have follow-up invested, of course, and also invited other investors who can add value to the growth of the company. In accelerating bio startup, it is essential that all the participants have to do their job and chip in their expertise. In other words, better not to have any free riders. Just putting in money is not good enough in accelerating bio startups. 2020 this year in September, there was a Series B funding at the valuation of $60 million with the milestones of upgrading AI engine, and that AI engine was got a patent. In addition, there were a number of license in and out deals with local pharmaceutical companies as well. Our role here was to help upgrading the AI engine and inviting bigger players with IPO expertise. In order to attract bigger players, we have sold some of our old shares at the lower value to them. Next year, we are planning to put this company on board after adding some more milestones and funding. After or before IPO, if the company can strike a deal with a global big players, which should be licensed out deal, we hope we can exit with exciting multiples. And then our 5 years of our hard work could be paid off, and a big bonus to me. And these slides should be very interesting and could tell us a lot of stories, but unfortunately I have to skip this due to time limit.
Skip it.
Skip, yeah. All right. Okay. I would like to wrap up my speech by quoting a proverb. There's a saying that where people walk becomes the road. Yeah. Which means a place will become a road once people start walk through. I hope to see some pioneers in Vietnam who dare to walk where no one has gone before, and make a road so that others can or may follow. Yeah? I believe this is the way to enlarge entire ecosystem of Vietnam's biotech sector. That's all of my speech. Thank you for listening. I'd like to say one word, which I learned this morning from my business manager. Go lên Vietnam, right?